Allan, the food dude, is here to talk all about food. Allan, the food dude. Hello, Allan.
Good morning.
Oh, what do you got for us today, Sir Allan, in this 115 heat?
You know, it's summer. The tradition is fire up the Barbie, fire up the grill.
Or cook. Have you ever cooked on the sidewalk? Not literal, I mean on the pavement.
Have I ever done the egg experiment?
Yes.
On many, many occasions.
And does it really work?
At 100 degrees. Now, it's not going to fry like it's in a pan.
Okay.
But yes, you can cook an egg on the street.
Over easy.
Yeah, it'll start turning white and it'll start firming up. And
well, Allan, my boy's a Boy Scout, and every now and again, when they don't have anything to actually cook, they get actually a big rock, put it in the fire, and that's actually how they've done their steaks and chicken on top of the big brick, basically.
They use the
big
rock as a pan.
Yes, they do.
Oh yeah,
that's
many
like the caveman
times.
days.
Well, you know, it's like I brought in some jerk chicken a while back, and you know, one of the time-honored things on that is cook that on a piece of tin roof. So if you don't have, you know, you haven't got modern utensils, there's usually something around.
And you don't have to worry necessarily about the cleanliness because the heat's going to kill any
usually you're
right?
pretty good there. One of the old things of old fisherman trick for a million years, cook a fish on a plank of wood.
Still do it.
Never heard of that.
The Boy Scout camp was going to go.
Still do it. Yeah. The only thing about it is, and you probably know this, Allan, you actually have to soak that piece of wood in water.
Yes.
For at least, I say, 4 hours beforehand. Well,
Yeah.
if not, the whole piece of wood will go up in flames.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Well, you don't actually have to get it over in the flames. You just got to get it close enough to heat up the fish. Because the fish cooks really fast at a low heat. So, and there are people, I think I was at one of the mega box stores, and they were actually selling fish cooking planks.
Which doesn't make any sense. All it is a piece of wood in the backyard.
Hey, man, no, but whoever marketed that is brilliant. Like, let's make $20 a plank.
It was like Western red cedar or something that would, it would impart some goodness off to you. So, well, what I brought you today was the infamous Memphis pork shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
The classic.
Uh-huh. And it is good.
And that baby just got marinated in, salt, pepper, little garlic, little onion.
I can taste the garlic.
Yeah, that's
just enough, too, by the way.
It's just a rub, and just let it sit overnight in the fridge, and the next evening. Now, my trick is I like to cook meat from room temperature. So my pork shoulder came out of the fridge about 2 p.m.
Okay.
Got up to room temperature, and then went on the grill.
All right.
And
so you start it at room temperature. You don't take it right from the coolness of the fridge to the heat.
Right. Because generally you get a little heat shock, and what will happen is meat will try to retract and get a little firm. So if you've taken something out of the freezer, I always want it to get as close to room temperature as I can get it before I actually cook it.
And these days, doesn't take too long to get it to room temperature as hot as it is.
And if you set it outside for about 10 minutes, that baby will start cooking without you. It was broiling. I did all my grilling this year at night. Honestly, it was pitch dark.
His neighbors were like, "Oh yeah, the creepy guy down the streets digging a hole in his backyard at midnight again."
We smell smoke. Don't get the pets inside. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Get the grill out and get her going. Now I don't like direct heat either, so I'm going to get you all kinds of notices here, because all of your grill people like, well, how deep do you have your charcoal? And I like indirect heat. Put the fire on one side.
Allan's always established he's a slow cooker.
I can cook fast if I need to. It's restaurant time, and I got Dan's backyard with 50 people standing there.
Yeah,
we can pump some food.
Yeah,
we can pump some food. But if it's just dinner, the family, maybe some friends, something like that. Food got started a long time ago, because I am all about, about dinner time. I shouldn't be cooking. all of this should be long done in the house, pulled, chopped, whatever's going to happen to it. If you need to reheat stuff just a little bit, that's what.
By dinner time, it's about the presentation.
It's all
about the cooking.
Oh, it's all about the aroma, the texture, the sides. Because you have a lot of fun. Now, in my garden this year, as I brought in a couple of weeks ago, brought in Yukon Gold potatoes. Mm-hmm. Well, the side to this was all of the little bitty, for every one or two good sized ones, you got 4 little pearls, right?
The little fingerlings.
Yep. Right. Well, what we did was I set a big tray of just the potato pearls in the grill.
Oh, okay.
So while everybody else was grilling, they were grilling. So instead of having a great big tater, everybody had kind of potato pearls to just kind of mix in with your food, eat them separately, dip them in something, whatever you want. And they became like a big favorite for dipping in barbecue sauce.
Oh, that's cool. Now, Allan, with this that we're eating today, I sense some smoke in this.
Oh, yes. That's the other beauty of letting this stuff sit on the grill slow.
Yeah.
Because you get that good, rich smokiness. And after our lovely winter, we have a lot of oak available. Mm-hmm. In my backyard alone, about half a cord got delivered by that big, giant tree behind me. A couple of those great big giant limbs came crashing down a few months back, and I got out there with my little Sawzall and cut them into, I guess you would say, barbecue size or bite-sized pieces. So I got all that stacked up over to the side, so when it comes time to fire up the grill, now, I like the heat on one side so that I can put a little wood on it. And again, like Dan said, if you're going to smoke, you need to soak that wood in a little water.
You do.
Yeah.
Dan, as a scout, and he's involved in his son's scout troop a lot. Dan, you should take heed his advice. Have a Sawzall with you at all times, because that's all I hear Allan talk about.
Oh my gosh,
that tool is used for everything. I'm actually going to borrow it because I got a project for him.
I got a home version and a commercial version. Yeah. I can take your house into pieces if you need to.
Now, let me ask you a question, Allan, because every now and again I actually cheat. Instead of actually grilling on the grill, I get out my grill pan on the oven. Do you have
Not the same.
I know it's not the same. But if you actually, I like to marinate a lot of chicken.
Right.
And if you marinate the chicken and you actually use the grill pan, it's, unless you have a tongue to notice there's no smoke in my chicken now, you really can't tell the difference.
All right. Again, now at this point, I'm going to say you are skilled with a grill pan, obviously.
Yes,
and that's not cheating. That's just doing a completely different dish.
It is honestly doing things a little differently.
It's just too hot outside.
It is too hot outside, and the other thing is with that grill pan, you're also not flash cooking this stuff.
Right.
Again, the grill pan makes you take your time, because if you put it too hot, you're going to sear. You're going to have raw in the middle and seared on the edges.
And my wife knows if I put it too hot, there's a lot of smoke in the house.
And the fire alarm goes off.
Yes. And the fire alarm is generally not a part of dinner preparation.
No, it shouldn't be. It should not be.
So, again, now here is the trick. The grill pan is actually making you cook the chicken slower.
Yeah.
And that is what gives you the more grilled result. It's not the fact that you had it out on the grill. It was the length of time it was in the heat and how much heat you were pounding it with. Because proteins retract, but after a certain period of time, they begin to relax. So that is the secret to, well, as we just got through trying, Ditch, how was the barbecue?
That was great.
Oh,
tough?
Awesome. Yeah. Chewy?
No, it's chewy. That's how I liked it. Just
nice,
just right.
Just kind of pulled and a little semi-soft, just about, you had a decent texture.
Good texture. Yep. The flavor I thought was just right. A good balance of, like I said, of the pepper, the garlic, and then I got a hint of smoke in there as well, which was good. So
all of that it is, I love to tell people, there's time to cook fast. It's 6:30 at night. You just walked in. The kids are screaming and hungry, and we need dinner on the table by 7.
Yeah.
That time I'm going to look at you and say, pasta. Let's go with the quick dishes. But summertime, allegedly, we have more time on our hands. Allegedly, not always. But you should have, with especially like the grill, you can use indirect heat and leave stuff on the grill for hours.
Yeah.
And if the grill plays down and it cools off a little bit, that food is fine. That food is already smoked and cooked, and you can fire the grill back up and finish it up, or you can bring it in, finish it in the oven, whatever you want to do. But the object here is it took some time to get this.
It was good. It was worth it.
I'm a big fan also. Dan, you're going to love this for your Boy Scouts. Have your Boy Scouts done any clay cooking?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. There we go.
Yes.
And Ditch is looking at me like, what are we talking about?
We're cooking clay?
All right. There is actually a very famous...
I know a guy named Clay.
All right. Well, there's actually a very expensive and somewhat famous Chinese dish called beggar's chicken. And beggar's chicken is rubbed in the five traditional spices of Chinese cooking, and it's wrapped in clay and baked. And when the clay is baked really hard, the big event is you get to break it, and the chicken is all cooked inside. It was called beggar's chicken because the beggar didn't have a pot to cook the chicken in.
Gotcha.
So that's the big legend behind it. Well, there's a lovely company out there, or a couple of them, that make clay cookers. And again, these are designed to take a big piece of pork loin or something like that, or a brisket or whatever, and totally contain it. You put this baby in the oven, you put it on a moderately low heat, but you're going to cook this thing for 3 or 4 hours.
Yep.
And when you come back and you take this out and open it up, suddenly that chunk of beef that you still could have rode around the parking lot a couple of times is now falling apart tender. Because it's all about the time you've got. Now with meat, time is also versus thickness. So if you want to get a hamburger done quick and you're feeding a lot of kids, you're making thin hamburgers. You're not making the big old fat balls.
I don't like fat balls. I like mine almost like steak burgers.
Well, exactly. You want a nice, thin, easy to get that heat through it. Boom, 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 both sides a few times and onto the bun. So, a lot is just what is that end result you're looking for.
Yeah.
And the grill gets guys like me and Dan and a lot of young ladies, oh my gosh, are seriously into grilling now.
Oh, really? They're digging it, yeah. It's like the thing.
Every time I do a public event where I'm doing the grilling or cooking, I promise you there are more young ladies over there
interested in it.
And they're not watching. They're actually, when did you spray it? How did you do this? Why did you do that? Yeah. I mean, they're very technical with their questions. They are seriously learning.
Good. All right. Allan the Food Dude, where can people find more recipes from you
All
about
they
this
gotta
and
do
everything
is
else?
pop over to the cookingtodayshow.com and they can follow along with our adventures, recipes, and other goodies, and even send me questions if they like.
There it is. Allan the Food Dude. Thanks, buddy.